Hey everybody, Crosshair here today, and today we're going to be doing a review, unboxing, and shooting test of a very looked forward to gun, and that is the Elite Force or Umarex Airsoft Glock 17 Gen 4 airsoft pistol. So here we have the Airsoft Glock 17. Now, just looking at the box first, it looks really nice. I love that finally we have some air guns that are Glock licensed officially. We get the Glock logo, the Glock Perfection. It says Glock 17, and it gives you some information about the gun, not glun. So it's a CO2 airsoft gun, caliber 6mm. This one specifically was really hard to find, and I'm going to put a link to it down below for evike.com and Amazon, because a lot of you out there probably haven't heard of this one yet. Now, there is a CO2 Glock 17 already out there, but it's like $170. And it's probably better than this one, just for one reason, and that's because it has a higher capacity magazine. But I found this gem on evike.com. It comes with 2 magazines. They happen to only be 14 round, which isn't terrible. It's actually the same as the Elite Force 1911. Which you guys should probably be familiar with if you've watched any of my videos or if you're an airsofter. And this one actually shoots at 330 feet per second, which is higher than the green gas versions of the Glock air guns that already came out. And for me, actually, this is already shot up to 350. So the one that I shot already. I have not opened the box yet for this one, but I have shot this model before at my local airsoft arena. Now, I got really lucky. I was searching around for this, and I found it online, and so I ordered it to have for myself. And yeah, let's open it up. So let's see. It's a nice box right here. There's that information more right here. And first things first, we get the instruction manual, of course. It's just, telling you what to do, how to use the gun. We'll show you that all in the video. You've got an Allen key, a little weird Allen key right here for the CO2 insertion, and the gun. Oh, it's beautiful. Wow. It looks like one of the magazines is inside the gun already. It feels just like a Glock. And I have shot a Glock before. I've shot a Glock 34, a Glock 19, and a Glock 17. And wow, this just feels just like a Glock. Right off the bat, it has a... sorry, I'm trying to get some better lighting right here. There we go. Well, can't really. Let's see. Sorry, trying to get better lighting for you guys. There we go. Here we can see the Glock 17 trademark. It says Austria, 9x19. Just all the Glock licensing on there. We see we have the catch release for the slide right here. That safety on the trigger. Ooh, I like the trigger pull. That's nice. Feels just like a Glock. And then we've got the little tack rail for lasers on the bottom of it right here. I'm going to remove this orange tip soon because I don't really like orange tips. And then we've also got right here near the front a place to field strip the gun. And then on the bottom, see that little red mark? This slip right here is actually for safety. That's a safety. But it already has a finger safety, so I'm probably not going to be using that very much. And then right here is the magazine release. Alright, the magazine's not the most beautiful magazine in the world. Let's see if it has any Glock license logos on it. It does. It says Glock on the bottom. That's nice. As we can see, the CO2 goes in there. I wish they had made it all black, but it's not that big of a deal. It's going to be in the gun all the time. This is pretty hefty. Let's set that aside. We'll show you guys how to load that later. I assume this is the other magazine. Yep. Sweet. This is the first gun I've ever gotten that came with 2 magazines. And I think that's all that's in the box. Sweet. Nice and simple. It's a nice small box. I'm going to keep that because it's just such a nice looking box. I'm going to set this magazine aside. And that's the unboxing. So let's move on to the review and then shooting. Hey guys, Crosshair here. We just did the unboxing of the Glock 17 CO2 airsoft pistol. Now, I'm going to put a link below, like I said before. This was really hard to come across. I wanted to find a cheaper Glock, airsoft gun, because they're all like $170, $180, and most of them are green gas versions. And I'm a CO2 player myself. I like CO2. I don't like green gas. And I came across this one, so it's kind of hard to find, so I'm going to put a link in it below. It's pretty much the exact same frame as any of the other Elite Force Umarex Glocks that have come out. So there's nothing different about it. It's just CO2 and a cheaper version. It's only like $115, $130, depends. So it's about $50 to $60 cheaper than what you're gonna find with the green gas. And these magazines are really the only difference. They're not that bad, and it comes with 2 of them right off the bat in the package, so that's great. The weight of the gun is not too heavy without the magazine in it. It feels a lot like a real Glock. It really does. We've got this metal slide, comes back like that. You can click it with the catch release right here. Now this gun in specific isn't full blowback, as you can see. This is as far as the slide goes back. It's not that bad. I don't really mind. They made a CO2 Glock 19, but it didn't have any blowback. So it was really cool being able to find this because it does have blowback. And like I said before, I shot it once. Not this specific gun, but this gun, just not the one that I just unboxed. And it has a really nice sound to it. It's almost like different than most CO2 guns. It's got good power, got good kick to it, so it's really good for training because that's what people are going to be doing with these a lot because, law enforcement carries these. Glock's just a popular frame of gun to have. And that's one of the reasons I got this, actually, is because I'm going into law enforcement soon and I wanted an airsoft gun that I could train with that's going to feel a lot like what I'm going to be carrying or training with. So we let the slide go down. It's a really nice feel to it. If we open it up, we can look right down the barrel, the breech right there. I really like that. Some air guns, when you open them up, here's my, this is a BB gun. When you open them up, it just shows, nothing really. This is my Beretta APX. This is pretty much the Beretta's version of the Glock. See them next to each other. It's a similar kind of gun. I really like this. This is a BB gun. I'm going to do a review of this in the future. It's a great blowback BB gun. Really realistic. It's awesome. Back to the Glock. Like I said, I'm going to remove this orange tip. I think it takes away from the Glock experience because it looks literally identical to a Glock 17. You can see all the trademarks on there. It's just such a nice gun. The grip is really comfortable. It's just so comfortable. And it has the generic Glock sights on it, just like that, as you can see. Looking down the barrel. There you go. It's just the fixed white sights. They're non-adjustable, so hopefully it's accurate. We'll have to find out with the shooting test. Loading this. Let's see how we load this. I haven't ever done it before, so I'm going to go grab a CO2 cartridge and we will load the magazine. Let me grab one right here. I have one on the shelf. Let's see. There we go. I didn't want to pause the video and, do more editing, so I'm sorry you guys had to wait 5 seconds while I grabbed a CO2 cartridge in my BB. This is G&G Armament 0.28 gram BBs. Normally I only use 0.2, 0.5s, but these are really good quality BBs, and I really want to be running really good quality BBs through this gun because I have a feeling that it's going to be a nice gun, a really good gun, and I want to treat it well. So I'm going to use the Allen key, their hex wrench, whatever you want to call it, that came with it. You can use probably any hex wrench set that you have, but I'm just going to use it for the purpose of this review. So on the bottom here, I already kind of opened it up. On the bottom it says Glock, and then you kind of just slide it open, and you unscrew it a little bit, and then you slide the CO2 cartridge in just like that. Screw it some more, and you'll hear a little tss, and you know it's in, and then you close it up again, and you're ready to go. Now, the only downside about this magazine is it's kind of hard to use a speed loader with. Personally, I don't think I'm going to be using this that much out on the field. I mean, I might, but I personally got it more just for fun, for training, for practice with a Glock platform, so that I can just, use a Glock and be able to train with it rather than having to shoot a real firearm. I can train with something that feels the exact same, but is airsoft. I might go out in the field for CQB and use it for fun, but I think I'm probably going to stick to my Elite Force 1911 tack for, airsofting. But who knows, maybe you guys will get to see some gameplay videos with this in the future. Probably, because it's just such a fun gun to use. So I'm going to load this up by hand right now. You just pull it down like any magazine and just pop them in there. The only stupid thing I think about this magazine is it's single stack. It could have easily done double stack. It's kind of stupid because it's a Glock. I think they should have done double stack. And the other Glock versions out there, the magazines are just way nicer and they look like real Glock magazines. But I'm not complaining that much because I got it for a good price. It's CO2 like I wanted, and it looks like a generic Glock, feels like a Glock, and hopefully it shoots really nicely. So we'll find out. Looks like I was able to fit 15 BBs in here. It says 14, you can fit one more in there. So that's what it looks like, all filled up. Let's see. Pull the slide back like that, insert it, and looks like you can rack it. I really like that. That means that when it's like this, all you have to do is pull it back and it goes forward. So that's really nice. Make sure, guys, whenever you're loading a gun indoors or if you're not planning on shooting it, it's on safe and your finger's off the trigger. I can't stress this enough, gun safety. I honestly was not the smartest about it in the first time in my airsoft career, and I ended up getting shot in the eye with an airsoft gun because I took my goggles off during a private little event with some friends because it was fogging up, and that was the stupidest thing I've ever done. Never make that same mistake. I had to go through lots of different eye doctors and eye care to get my eye fixed up, and that really sucked. So just be very safe, guys. So that's the review on this gun. Since it's, since I've never used it, it's not going to be an in-depth review. This is more of like a first look at the gun, kind of my, review of what I see right now. We're going to shoot it, and then I'll give a little bit of my review of how I thought it shot. But yeah, let's move right into the shooting test of the Elite Force, or Umarex, Glock 17. Hey guys, Crosshair here, and now you've probably, throughout the whole video, been like, what is that black thing around his waist? And now you know, it's a holster. It's actually kind of a concealed carry holster. It's called a belly band holster, and it's my new favorite holster ever. It's got a little pocket right here for extra magazines or whatever you want to put in there. It's for real guns, but it fits all of my airsoft guns because most of them are replicas, and then it's got a nice snug fit for my Glock or 1911 or anything here. You can bounce up and down, you can run with it. Sometimes you even forget you're wearing it. It's just so comfortable. It just seals all the way around you, and it's great. And so that's what I'm putting my Glock in right now. Now I'm going to shoot about 7 shots at the target because I already shot 7 out of the 14 or 15 shots at the target just so I could get a feel of how the gun shot before I shot it in front of you guys. Now I'm going to shoot the other 7 shots, and I'll have a camera pointed at the target down there, and I'll have a camera pointed at me shooting so you guys can get the full experience of me shooting. So yeah, let's go. So I'm gonna shoot. Target's down there. There's a camera pointed at the target. Like I said, I already shot about 7 shots at it that you can already see, but it's a shoot and see target, so you should be able to see me hitting the target as it goes. So let's go. Oh, before I forget, safety glasses. It's kind of dark out right now, so I apologize if my accuracy is not great, but hopefully we can tell how accurate this gun is. Sweet. I love the feeling of that gun. It's probably not as easy for you guys to hear and see as it would be in person, but it's got such a crisp, loud sound to it. It just sounds great. It feels really crisp and powerful. It's not loose or, it feels reliable. It really is living up to its reputation of being Glock licensed, and that really is what, sells it to me, and it means a lot to me because I love shooting Glocks. I love Glock, and getting a Glock airsoft gun that, lives up to that reputation is really awesome. So let's go, look at the target, and then we'll finish up the video and talk about my overall thoughts. So I forgot to take the camera down and show you guys the target after I shot it, but hopefully you guys got a good enough view at how the gun shot. I know it was a pretty quick shooting test, but it was a little dark out, so I'm going to do a more in-depth shooting test in the future. This was just kind of an overall unboxing, a little review on the gun, shooting test, and now my overall opinion. I definitely love this gun, not just because it's Glock. I don't want you guys out there being like, oh, of course you love it, it's Glock. That is one of the reasons. I love that there's now a fully licensed with the markings of Glock on it. It's just so attractive. It's such a nice gun. It has a nice weight to it. It's got a heft to it, but not too much. I like the polymer body with the, metal slide. I like being able to see into the gun. The magazines are one of my cons. The magazines are a little hard to load. They don't look amazing, but other than that, I think the rest of the gun makes up for it. The accuracy is pretty good. It was kind of hard for me to see in the dark, but they all hit the target. That target's about the size of my head. It's not too big. I mean, I was getting on the target. I wasn't going for extreme accuracy. I was also freestanding, but that was mostly me is the reason that it wasn't all, getting a little bit more accurate. But for the most part, it was doing pretty good. And for airsofting, you don't need it to be getting in the quarter cluster. But I think this gun could do that if I had it mounted on a stand and I was really putting my all into it on a well-lighted area for target practice. And I'll do that in the future to really see the accuracy this gun can give, because I love Glocks and I'm going to do so many videos with them. I'm also going to do a future video on a field strip with this gun and probably how to remove the orange tip on this gun. Kind of just an overall how to remove orange tips on airsoft guns in general, but I'll use this gun for an example. Overall, I love this gun, and this gun definitely has earned its spot on my gun wall. I do not put all my airsoft guns on here, but this gun definitely earned its spot on it. I'm gonna put it right here, right up on the top. Such an attractive gun. It really deserves to be on this wall. Just if you guys are curious, my other guns I have on here. Oh, my G CM16 Raider, now my Glock, the Beretta 9XP BB gun, my Elite Force 1911 TAC, my Dan Wesson CO2 revolver, my Beeman dual caliber air rifle, and my VSR 10 sniper rifle. I've got lots of other airsoft guns that I've done reviews on and that I will do in the future, but that's my gun wall for now, and it changes constantly. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of the Glock 17, not 19, CO2 airsoft pistol. Like I said, links of where you can buy it down below, and subscribe and like for more videos, reviews. I'm gonna post some gameplay videos, so definitely like, subscribe, and comment other videos you'd like me to post. Hope you guys have a great day. Crosshair signing off.